So this is me recording on the GoPro 11, weighing at a lovely 129 grams, correct me if I'm wrong, with a lovely 1 and a 1.9 inch CMOS sensor. This camera has the ability, with its compact size, to have the ability to shoot in 5.3K video quality. So if you have the specs, you have to be aware that the footage, if you upload it into Premiere Pro, may cause a little lag if you don't have any sort of proxies made for this video file. But one of the good things about the GoPro is that how compact it actually is. Because if you have a traditional setup, let's say with a shotgun mic and let's say a selfie stick, a big vlogging screen, it's gonna be quite the attention and eye getter, especially if you are out and about and traveling. You don't want to have all eyes on you for the most part. What the GoPro offers is you have the ability to look at the stabilization, right? I'm using the settings it is at with a little bit of boost. There's auto boost, and look how smooth the actual footage is. On top of that, I am shooting at the highest quality possible, so you're seeing 5.3K using all of the sensor, but you can also shoot in 4K, as well as the different angles and fields of view. Of course, the more wider the angle gets with the GoPro, the more of a fisheye or distorted lens that you will actually get. This is the Hyperview on the GoPro 11 Black. And I'll give you all a little step-by-step of all the different other angles that you can view on your GoPro. So next up is on Superview, looking at a lovely 16mm equivalent. Make sure to look attention to the face of the shape of my face and how the background looks and whether or not there is a little bit of a warp or fisheye effect going on. This is wide, you're looking at 16 to 34mm. As you can see, we're slowly getting closer and closer. And I'm holding the GoPro roughly around an arm length away. This is linear. We're looking at 19mm equivalent to 34mm. And in my opinion, linear is the closest you would get to a vlogging style look without having any sort of lens distortion, but also be in mind that it is a narrower field of view. Last but not least, this is linear horizon lock, meaning that right now, you guys can't tell, but I am rotating the camera left and right, but doesn't matter, it still stays in 16:9. So what you're looking at is I am shooting in linear view, and for the most part, I would say I would keep it as linear for all your vlogging and content creation needs. And if you were doing more action cam, sort of, let's say you put this on your chest, right? This is the chest mount view. Maybe shoot it at a little bit of super view, right? Wide angle view. There's different approaches that you can take, as well as the GoPro, the versatility of, hey, I can put this on my head. Now it's a head mount, right? Or you can just put it on a selfie stick and start vlogging like no big deal. Just the overall non-intimidation factor of the GoPro and how easy it is, just do a couple settings, grab and go for content creation. Yes, there are other mods, like you can have a little mount on this, you can have a little creator mod, but run and gun, let's say you want to film short form content, there is that horizon lock where it's like no matter where I turn, it will always be in a horizontal axis. And if you're always out and about, one of the beautiful things about shooting the GoPro is it's meant for outdoors. So then one of the, I guess, the downsides of using the GoPro is if you're anyone in low light, that's where you might sort of run into issues, as well as high dynamic range if it's really sunny and I am really shady or wearing a hat. It might have a little bit of a difficult time in terms of recording video. So right now what I'm gonna do is I will be able to switch this to Ultra Boost and then you guys will see the ability of how stable this camera is, and we will be back in a minute. So now what I've done is I've turned on Ultra Boost, Hyper Boost, pretty much the most stabilization that you can get on this camera, still shooting at the 5.3K video quality. And now the sun is facing yours truly. So I want you to be aware of things like the sharpness, things like dynamic range. How is the field of view? How am I looking? How is the shadows in my face? How does this actually compare to the Nikon Z30, where of course you're gonna get much more depth in terms of the shadows, the contrast, high dynamic range, because of overall you're looking at an APS-C versus half an inch essentially of a sensor. So you are, you know, there's pros and cons of that. But because of the GoPro, its compactability, versatility, travel friendly, user friendly, just press record. All the settings are on auto. You just need to adjust the ISO. This is me completely vlogging on the GoPro Hero11 Black. No stabilization, no nothing. Just me with the selfie stick. Now, let's do a little run and see how this looks. And now what I'm gonna do is I'll be able to turn off that, and you will see the difference before and after with boost and boost on and boost off. So this is with all boost off, no stabilization. And of course, just with any internal stabilization, there's gonna be a slight crop because now I turned it off. It looks a little bit more wider because it's using more of the sensor. So here's me running. So that was my little run and gun review of the GoPro Hero11 as I await this truck passing me by with a lot of noise. I think the GoPro is still one of the most slept on cameras when it comes to the vlogging and content creation because how compact it is. And it ultimately depends on what you are shooting. Right now I'm shooting in a wide angle lens. And if you are, let's say you put this on a bike, you put this on, you know, you're snowboarding, so this is the camera to go. No one's gonna hold the DSLR out and about 24/7, super tiring. And if y'all wanna get the GoPro, the one that I'm using, especially my entire creator setup, link is in the description. Help me help you. And you're watching Broke Fusion Collective. Here are a bunch of clips that I've used for my personal vlog, just for fun. You guys tell me the quality. And you're watching VZCCO, where we all start with nothing. But you can always create something. And FYI, no attachment, no nothing. Just me and the GoPro.